Good morning, fellow traders. Well, here it's time for the Good Morning Market Prep for Wednesday, July the 22nd, 2020. I hope everybody had a great night last night. This is brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice, so please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. All right, let's check and see where we left off the market yesterday. So SPX, green day yesterday, right? Well, actually, it was up yesterday, but kind of an interesting candle. We monthly chart here, we're pushing up into that weekly gap since the Corona crash right there. So we tested it today or yesterday, and it pulled back off it a little bit. So a little bit of the market's a little bit timid in that area again. We had an up day, but a red candle, right? So as we worked our way into that gap, so market just is a little bit suspicious of some bears in there. So let's see how it goes, right? So last night we had some interesting news on the China consulate in Houston, right? The U.S. said they want to shut it down, and the China came back, no, don't shut it down. So a little bit of increased tension there going on, so that really helps things, right? So as we get back to all-time highs. So again, red spinning top yesterday. Volume's kind of meh on the SPY. Last night you could see here we pulled back a little bit here. We're trying to rally back into it right now. So we've got a couple levels that we're looking at here going into today. And then here, right, and then of course you have this steep trend line right here. So obviously we need to get it back above that. And then we had a fresh, a flush at the close yesterday through some key levels too. So kind of a little downside movement. The MOC was was a little bit bigger on the bearish side, but let's see if they try to buy the dip on that one here today. It doesn't look like it's really taking too much more worry on that one. We have a couple consolidation zones right here that we held last night. So we'll see how that goes in the day. Let's take a look at the S&P futures. Okay, same stuff. So we basically are forming a big triangle right now here going into today. We've got a couple key signal zones here based on some of the bounces yesterday. Here's your fresh geometric line right here from the move down here today. So let's see how these levels hold going today. Like I said, we're kind of triangulating right here, getting kind of tight as we head into more earnings, this week and next week, right? As big tech starts to gear up for reporting. So we'll take a look at those in a little bit here. Let's take a look at the MES here this morning, the micros, and see how they're behaving. Again, decent bounce here this morning. So let's keep an eye on a couple of these geometric lines going in today. See if we can clear a couple of these levels and see where we go from there. Okay, so good stuff. So let's take a look at the Qs going into today. So again, they had some relative weakness yesterday. We've had some major divergences going into the last couple of days, right? The Nasdaq being way different than the SPY, and so pretty interesting stuff there. The Qs being way different than the SPY. So last night again, we kind of have this geometric line heading down right here. It's a little bit off, but you can see here we're running into that right now. So let's see if we can get above it and where it goes from there. The IWM. Again, generally been kind of a laggy type name recently, right? Sometimes it leads the market. When it does, the market gets really super duper strong, but right now it's just kind of doing this little laggy thing right here. So let's see how it holds a couple of these levels going into today. Could be an interesting one to keep an eye on right here. So let's take a look at some of the big names out there. So Apple, actually up pretty nicely here this morning. It's hanging in there, nice move, a gap down this morning, kind of basically filled that gap right there. So looks like as of now it's going to be trying to open a little bit flat here today, but we'll see how that holds going in today. Again, big triangle on a lot of these guys. Tesla. So Tesla's got earnings tonight, so definitely keep an eye on this one. Also keep an eye on some of the other names, the other electric vehicle names like NIO, Workhorse, Nikola, things like that going in today. See if you get any sympathy trades. But just keep an eye on this one. Obviously, it should be very interesting. You go to the daily chart, right? We had a big triangle breakout the other day. We kind of came back in that range. So very interested to see what kind of action we get on Tesla going into tonight. So that should be pretty cool. A couple other names out there that are interesting. So keep an eye on the semiconductors today. TXN, Texas Instruments, actually had great earnings yesterday, but the chart itself, just kind of it was really choppy. It really pulled off of its highs. So kind of see if it holds these lines right here. See if it gives the semis a boost. It would have been, if it were way up here, that would have been a really good thing for Nvidia, AMD, things like that. But in the meantime, it's just kind of blah here. So I don't know, see if we get any blah on the semiconductors today. Snap, keep an eye on your social media names, right? So your pins, right? Maybe even some Facebook stuff like that. So that's down a little bit here today on its earnings report from yesterday, but it's got a huge after-hours level. So keep an eye on the pre-market levels, but again, it's a little bit of a tricky one to trade right there. So keep an eye on BABA today too. That's another one just to look at based on the the U.S. Chinese tensions there from the Houston consulate. So that's something to look at there. It's a little bit of a wild one there. So if you don't like trading that one, keep an eye on JD. That's down as well. So that's always an interesting one to look at. Other than that, guys, not too much on the radar going today. We're just going to kind of evaluate our sectors this morning and keep an eye and see if we can get a recovery on the market today. Maybe the S&P and the Nasdaq will start to move in harmony and give us some nice moves on that one. But we'll be on top of it either way. A couple downgrades this morning just in the retail sector. So keep an eye on Kohl's. That was downgraded this morning, and Macy's was also downgraded too. Macy's had an epic run yesterday. Really, really incredible stuff, right? Retail started to get strong yesterday. Big move, right? Nasty little pullback right here, and then they pushed it back down to the yesterday's opening area level. So let's see how that holds today as well. So good stuff, guys. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I hope everybody has a great trading day today. We'll catch you guys in the lunchtime market update. Stay healthy out there, and remember your risk first, and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll talk to you guys soon.